everybody. This is Galit Ventura Rosen and
I'm Angela Giles.
Hi there. Thank you for joining us again for another episode of Everyday Woman. We are the co-founders of Everyday Woman Community.
And we're super excited to bring you this amazing episode. What are we talking about today?
Oh my gosh, what are we talking about today, Angela?
You are uniquely you.
I love that topic because I think that as a child, just being so different from everybody else, which most people will not understand that just looking at me. What do you mean you're different? You've got blonde hair and you're tall and... No, I stood out a lot as a child and I was so different, and I'll share some of the things that when you're growing up, you kind of almost want to fit in a box and be like everybody else. You had a similar experience as well.
Oh, absolutely. I'd love to share that with you. I actually grew up in a religion that was very different than mainstream society, and I looked different because of the way that I had to dress and the way I had to wear my hair, and just the things I was not allowed to participate in. And so I always wanted to be what I called normal, quote unquote normal. And so I didn't value the differences in myself.
I think it's normal, and I hate using the word normal, but I'm going to use it in this context. I think when we're little and we're really trying to figure out who we are, we want to just fit in. We want to be like everybody else. Now, of course, Angela and I can look back and recognize the value of being so different.
Absolutely.
And for me, my experiences as a child is having immigrant parents with accents, having a very different name, hence the Galit, having a voice that was always either a little more hoarse, masculine. It made me really stand out. So Angela and I have had really similar experiences, and I think as we grow up and we're both moms, we did our best to teach our kids that they should really be themselves. But what happens when we do that when they're growing up?
Well, you can get picked on.
Yeah.
Really, I mean, in school, people picked on my kids when I said, be who you are, be yourself. In fact, one of my sons actually got bullied pretty bad.
Yeah, I had two of mine that were bullied in school. When we talk about you are uniquely you, we want to really be clear about what we're talking about. At the end of the day, we were born into this world different than every single other person on this earth. In all honesty, just look at our DNAs. Even though it might be similar, we are each ourselves. Something as simple as our fingerprints, right?
Yeah, my
We can think about how unique they are.
What else is unique? I think it's your thumbprints.
Yes.
Your thumbprints, your DNA.
Yes.
There's one other thing I just read about.
Oh, I can't.
Yeah, I know.
There's so much.
But it makes you uniquely you. Think about your personality. There is not one other even like twins. They may identify.
They may look like,
but they have different personalities, and that's the cool thing. So our whole purpose here in being the everyday woman, you're the everyday, a lot of times we get labeled, well, it's just the everyday woman, it's the lady down the street, or it's the girl next door kind of thing. Maybe, but at the end of the day, you're still uniquely you. There are differences in you that aren't the same as your next door neighbor.
When you look at who you are and you sometimes don't feel like you fit in, and I have felt that way a lot in my life until today. I think the difference from being a kid, still your brain is developing and you're really trying to find your purpose and passion in life, or where you feel the most comfortable. It's different. But today, I know myself. I can look back and say, wait, if I don't feel comfortable in this setting around these people, at this event, whatever it might be, I now recognize that it's okay. Because in this group over here, or these people over here, I might feel more comfortable. And we want you to kind of find your people.
Well, I was just going to say that. I think that's really interesting when you talk about being in a group.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing. I'm just going to say this. I'm going to be bold here, right? So if you feel like everybody around you is like, you just can't fit in somewhere, then start your own tribe.
Right?
Right? We're famous for that, aren't
Yes,
we?
we are. Yeah.
We start our own tribes because you know what? There are so many people out there that are looking for a leader. They're looking for what you have. In fact, I know I tell my clients this, so I run a consulting business, and I tell my clients this all the time, people that are afraid to stand up and share their voice. I say, you're unique. There's people out there just waiting. Someone out there is waiting for you to stand up and share your story.
One person.
One person.
I always say one person. I get asked a lot because I speak on a lot of stages. where they say, well, Galit, what is your purpose for doing that? And I say, I have one purpose. It's one person. One person in the audience that can relate to something that I've either gone through or experienced that will inspire them to make one change in their life. Just one. Because that one change can be such a domino effect. And when we talk about you are uniquely you, at the end of the day, if you are living a life which is not genuine and authentic to who you are, and we're talking about being a good person, we just want to make that clear.
Yeah.
You're a good person and you want to help people and you want to be a good friend, sister, parent, mother, daughter.
You want to be a good everyday woman.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what we're talking about. If you don't feel like you can be yourself, you really want to kind of take a step back for a minute and ask yourself why.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's super important because you should be able to be yourself. You should be able to be you. And I have struggled with this a lot in my life, even into my adult life. And because I feel like I'm kind of a quirky person, right? I have a lot of quirks, but they're actually kind of fun.
Which is so much
Yeah.
fun. Over the years, Angela and I have traveled together, which has been wonderful. So if you go away for 4 days with somebody, I'm sure you can relate. You're either going to love them or you're going to go, oh God, I'm never traveling with them again.
Yeah.
And we've gone away a few times, and when you go away and you're spending the evenings together, the days together, 24 hours a day, sharing the same room,
She shares her toothpaste with me.
you really get to know the person, right?
Right.
And you want to be yourself, try something like that with somebody because it gives you such a perspective and it's so much fun because being around Angela going out of town, all of a sudden she's felt more comfortable being more of herself. Now, please understand, Angela and I have strived over the years to be ourselves and we show nothing but who we are. What you're seeing right now, we are exactly the same way in person. We're exactly the same way in groups, whatever it might be.
Absolutely, except for in person, sometimes you might find me in a ponytail.
You do love hair in your back.
I do.
You do.
I'm like, I always have, I don't even have one on my wrist today.
I
don't
know.
have my ponytail.
She
thing.
loves her. We love our scrunchies. I have one too.
But you know, Galit is correct. It is okay just to be you. No matter what, like, it's okay to have your quirks. It's okay to showcase them. It's okay to, share who you are because there's someone out there, that one person that can learn from you and appreciate you and will be your friend. And here's what's funny, when people start hanging out together, it attracts more people that are like them. And it just can grow. And you can grow and have a nice tribe, a nice circle of trust, of people that you can trust. They can then be uniquely you. And I will share with you this story. When I first met Galit, I was going through something in my life, like we all do, and Galit said, you can share anything with me, just be yourself. And I'm like, oh, I just can't be myself because I don't share everything with everyone. Like I really struggled with that I can just be me. And that is what, I'm just going to say this right here, in front of everyone, Galit, that is one of the things I appreciate about you so much, is you're so accepting of people. And I have learned that's a gift, and I've learned to, I just appreciate it. I really value that, and I want to be more like that. I appreciate you a lot for that.
And we thank you. And we live in a society where, and it's not a bad thing, okay? We go to school. There's a certain amount of things we need to learn. It's important.
Right. Oh, absolutely.
Right? And you sit in a setting, and the teacher wants you to sit there and behave and answer the questions and raise your hand. There's nothing wrong with that. That's the way that we grow up. But at some point in your life, and you get to decide when that is, I believe that as adult women, we should decide when we are ready to show who we really are in, of course, a way that is healthy.
Absolutely. I mean,
please.
Yes.
But I think Angela and I, one of the things that we really wanted to do with Everyday Woman is have a place that's a safe place. A safe place where you can be goofy, you can be yourself, you can wear your hair back in a ponytail, you can wear your hair down, you
don't have to wear makeup, you can do whatever you want.
do whatever you want to do.
You know what? You can come. We should have we have this really cool ambassador program that we're rolling out. So you'll get to see. So you can have some support in certain local communities. We're starting with. You can come in your slippers. We both have the same pair of pink slippers.
Yes, we do.
And we wear them all the time.
And with the memory foam.
Yes, they're awesome. So you can even come in your pink slippers.
I have this joke. You know how in the back of fashion magazines they say things like, "What were they thinking when they're," or people like us, and I always joke and say if I was ever famous, I would be in the back of that magazine in the Fashion Police, because I go to the gas station in the morning to pump gas in my pink slippers and my pajama pants and a jacket.
Well, there you go.
And I laugh because, yes, oh my gosh, I'm such a girly girl. I love Angela too. I love having my makeup on. I love having my hair done. I love having my nails done, but that doesn't make us who we are. What makes us who we are is when my hair's up in a bun and it's sticking out of my head like a cactus. And that makes me uniquely me. What we want more than anything today is for you to take away from this episode that if you are not feeling like you are genuinely, authentically yourself, you want to ask yourself some questions.
Yeah, what are those questions?
Yeah, well, you want to jump in with something?
No, you go.
Okay. You want to ask yourself why. Why isn't I don't feel comfortable being myself? And a lot of times that's going to be a response related to somebody in your life. I can't be myself because...
Exactly. And, you know, I want to share with you, too, sometimes we get the monkey mind going so much that even if you ask yourself, it's hard for you to come out of yourself. So I would say find someone, because I do that, I get the monkey mind going. Find a trusted friend. Like I have a trusted friend in Galit that she can have her ask me the questions. Even instead of me asking them, you ask me the questions.
I completely agree. It's so different when you're hearing them out loud than you are in your subconscious. Mm-hmm. And I have found that for myself, I have to have a balance of both. I love talking things out. Angela likes to use the words, let's talk it out. And I love that. And Angela, you love to do that too, where I'm like, I'm going to talk this out. And sometimes it's not even that the other person is responding. It's that I'm hearing my own words out loud, and then Angela or someone might ask me some questions that really get me thinking.
Right. And it could just be a simple couple questions. I mean, I usually say, so
why don't I feel like I can be myself? Why do I feel like an alien in my own life? I have to tell you, I experienced that years ago, and I had to go through some really scary changes in my life to change that. But I woke up one day I was at dinner with 5 or 6 other couples. All of our kids were running around the house, and I just felt this out-of-body experience.
Wow,
and I looked around, and I felt like I didn't belong. And I had to really evaluate my life and understand why. Now, please understand, we're not asking you to make some extreme change in your life. Sometimes it's the tiniest changes. Sometimes it's the most extreme changes. And now I can honestly say that I'm in a place in my life where I feel like if you don't like me for who I am, then don't be around me.
That's okay. There's plenty of other people to be around.
Yes.
Right? There's a lot of other everyday women out there.
Yes.
Amen.
Yes.
Well, we appreciate you so much for being part of this episode with us today.
Yes. And I'm Galit.
And I'm Angela.
And we are
Everyday Woman, where you plus me equals
community. I love that slogan.
I know.
Have a great rest of your day.
Thank you.